country's history that we need some sobriety. That's right. The title is, what is it? The Light, the Truth, something like that, yeah. We've got Bishop Jackson Kosgei in the house. We've got Dr. Nelson Makanga. He's the Vice Chancellor of Africa International University. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Did you say Makanga?
Makanda.
Excellent.
Makanda.
Yes.
Jeez, am I going to be corrected all evening? Bishop, let me start with you.
You've had a good day, I can see.
Baridi mingi.
Baridi mingi.
Yes. Jeve.
Jeve mingi.
Mingi. Exactly.
Swahili, by the way.
It's getting better by the day. Huh?
I had you speaking the other day.
You did? Nikosawa?
Nikosawa.
Asante.
Lovely.
So, Bishop, the other day, 2 weeks ago, plus minus, you voted yes.
Yes, I did.
For the finance bill.
Yes.
And then, during the chaos, you were going out, you were being wheeled out or wheeling yourself out, and you were caught in the melee, for lack of a better word. Absolutely. You were caught in the madness. Absolutely. And the Gen Zs escorted you.
Interesting.
Very, very calmly. Describe for us how it was.
First of all, Chair, I voted yes, and rightly so, because the bill went through the processes,
yep,
and the concerns that were raised by Kenyans were dealt with. And in the all stages, the law was followed. And by the time we were voting the last time, we had made sure that everything that was contentious had been removed.
Yeah.
But as English would say, it was a little too late, in that we were surprised by a constituency that should have participated in the process.
You talk about the Gen Zs?
Yeah, the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Now, this particular constituency was very unique in the sense that it is not visible. It is operating in a virtual platform. So the processes that had been there before dealt with practical people. You must appear in the social hall or visit people in a barasa and so on. Yeah. But this is a group that was. This is subsequently what informed now the confusion that happened towards the last minute. Secondly, when we were voting the last time for the last item in the process of this bill, that's the last part of the bill, and which is very important, is appropriation bill,
right, which
will allow the spending of the public funds by government. So when we were finishing is when we heard that the young men and women had stormed into Parliament through by the Senate, and it was a moment now for everybody for himself, and yes, possibly God for all of us. And then I knew that because Parliament is not friendly in terms of exit way into the tunnel for persons using. There was an oversight during the construction.
Right.
And
so you knew you couldn't get down to the tunnel?
I could not get down to the tunnel. And yet, nobody also would get me there.
Right.
Including my personal aides,
yep,
and the rest of members of Parliament. I advised them to leave me alone.
Where?
In the main chambers, and I saw the chambers would be a bit dangerous because it could attract maybe fire or something. Yeah. So I went to the private members' chamber, lounge. While I was there, I was joined in by a colleague member of Parliament, Rose Museu, who works on crisis.
Okay.
So I advised her, don't go. You can be a victim of the stampede. Yeah. Or a stray bullet, yeah, or whatever. Let's stay inside here. Let's wait for the boys. Let's wait for them. Somehow I had a feeling that I had no reason to fear. But at my age again, Chef, at 70, you don't mind. If this is the way to end it,
yes, it's okay.
So be it.
So be it.
I've had children, I've had grandchildren. Those are the ones who are running in the streets are my grandchildren.
Yes.
So I said, let me wait for them. So it took about 20 seconds. What delayed them reaching the chambers, because I and Rose Museu, we were the last members of parliament to come out, is that these young men went by the kitchen. And lunch was prepared for all of us, members of parliament.
And they were happy to have some rice.
And they were happy to have some rice to enjoy the delegates before breaking everything that
was
available.
Right.
So, and then all of a sudden, to cut the story short, because I know you have a lot to ask tonight, they came in. After trying the other doors, it was not opening. Then they came round using the door at the reception. About 10, 20 came in. And they found us with Museo, seated, calm. And we looked at each other, and I think they got shocked too. When they came in, we are not saying anything. Yeah. We are quiet, and they are also coming in, and they kept quiet. So we looked at each other for some few seconds, and then one of them said, I think I know that man. One said he's a senator. The other one said, no, he's a member of National Assembly. And I know where he voted. He voted for yes. And another one said, I know him, he's a friend of the president. And then I knew that two items are too dangerous, because this is the subject matter for the day.
Yes, yes.
So I knew if you want to pass a message, this is the right person. Then I said, it's all right. But one gentleman spoke, and he said, yes, but I know him, he's a good man. He means well to all of us. The last one, quickly, the other one's talking during the conversation. We are tongue-tied, we don't know what to do.
Right.
Then they said, Bishop, we want to evacuate you, because what we are just about to do here may not be good for you.
Oh, my goodness. They said that?
Yes, they told me that. They were so understanding. Their argument is very interesting. Yeah. So I said, yes. And he said, can we lift you? I said, no, I can roll. The wheelchair can go. And so they assisted Madam Rose Museu. Yeah. We were assisted out. She is heavy. She didn't have assistive device to carry her. Then they get...
And they carried her?
Yeah, they helped her.
Helped her.
Walk out. And then outside, I am told later, because I went ahead of her, that they gave her a seat near the Kenyatta Monument at the official entrance. And they said, ladies, sit there, nobody will touch you. And then they went with me, about 15 of them, or 20.
We saw the video. We saw the video.
And they said, we will take you to where you think you are safe. Can we call a Uber for you? I said, no, I don't need a vehicle now, but I need a safer place. So they say, we will take you where you feel.
And they escorted you? And they escorted. Despite the tear gas and all the stuff that was happening around?
Even those outside, they kept quiet because they didn't know what is happening. Are they assaulting me?
Right.
They didn't know how to do it. So everybody was watching. It became a drama.
It did. It did.
So finally, anyway, they escorted me to the main entrance by vehicles into the tunnel. Yeah. There I met the officers, and I told the young men, I'm okay.
And the officers were...
they also...
Non-confrontational?
They asked, do you have a problem? They said, no, officer, we are bringing him where he believes it is safe. And we had... So in the process, as we come, we had a conversation with them. They talked to me.
Yeah. Save that for a moment, because I want to know what they were talking to you about.
Yes. They talked to me.
This generation.
Right.
Dr. Makanda, where we are right now, are we on a precipice? Are we at the crossroads? Where are we?
I think it's both a crossroad and a precipice. Crossroad in the sense that difficult decisions have to be made, and those who need to make those decisions have to grapple with to move or not to move. You notice that Gen Zs told Baba to stay away. perhaps the president thought that Baba staying away is more risky to him. So to approach Baba or not to approach Baba, Baba has to make a decision to approach government or to stay where Gen Zs are. And so it's a crossroad, a difficult decision.
It's a dilemma almost.
It's a dilemma for them.
Yes.
And then for the Gen Zs, they have tested one success. They have pushed what parliamentarians had already passed as a bill.
Yeah.
It has been dropped, perhaps for the first time in life of this country, to have a finance bill dropped in total and not adopted with any amendments.
And don't forget the sacking of the cabinet.
Yes, and the sacking of the government. At least that has happened in the recent past.
Kibaki, yes.
Yes, but dropping of the finance bill has not happened at all. And so you begin to realize that things have happened that are very definitive. It's possible that the young people might be thinking that since they have tested this first success, that they can push their luck a little bit more. And as they try to push their luck a little bit more, it's possible that the country can get itself in the precipice.
Yeah.
And so as we do this, it would be nice for us to be thinking, how do we save the country? And in the saving of the country, it does not mean that everything will be perfect. Perhaps it's to say, we have achieved this, we have outlined what we want, A, B, C, D. Let's have a period of 6 months to 1 year to monitor implementation. So that then we test it out. Are they serious? Was the sacking of the cabinet serious? Was the dropping of a finance bill serious? So that we can sit and observe. How are they dealing with those things we have said? Are they going to deal with opulence and wastage in government? And then in 6 months or 1 year, we can come back and review and say, when we are now looking at the next finance bill for the year 2025, 2026, we can begin to say, you people are taking us for granted. So I think we are at the crossroad. We are looking at a precipice. But hope is not lost.
It's not lost.
It's not lost, yes.
There's still a lot of hope.
There's hope, yes.
Gentlemen, I want to take a quick break, come back, talk more about that. And Bishop Kosgei, your thoughts on these Gen Zs. I mean, is this sustainable? Are these protests sustainable? Because they're leaderless, they're tribeless, there's so many less of them. But they have the numbers, and they're not giving up.
They're jobless.
Jobless, exactly. a lot of less in them. Right. They're not giving up.
Right. They're not giving
Let's talk about that. I've got Bishop Jackson Kosgei. I've got Dr. Nelson Makanda. We're talking about, I just remember John 14:6, thank goodness.
Yeah.
The way, the truth, and the light.
Excellent.
You like that?
Excellent.
I remember.
Yes.
No man comes to the Father but...
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
You are the preacher of the day.
Excellent. Excellent. You're doing it pretty well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV, the hashtag JK Live. JK Live takes a break. We'll be back in a moment.